And a happy Saturday to all of you out there listening on TJSportsOnline.net. We welcome you into St. Paul and its Butler Center on the campus of St. Catherine University. Today, MIAC women's basketball coming your way. A matinee showing as the Oles from St. Olaf travel to St. Paul to take on St. Catherine University and their Wildcats. Who are we? I'm Matt Nelson, alongside of engineer, as always, the man who only wears flannel shirts, especially when it's below zero outside. That is our beloved Glenn Thompson. We're excited for this one. I think it's going to be a good game, folks. Wildcats, your home team, 2-5 in the MIAC, one game above 500 overall at 7-6, but riding a four-game losing jag. And on the other side, St. Olaf College and their Oles 9-5 and a surprising 4-3 mark for this very veteran team. They start four seniors and a junior. Let's get into it and head downstairs for our pregame chat with Sean.
Wildcat basketball pregame show is on the air on a cold Saturday in St. Paul. As always, we bring you into head coach Sean Pinkerton's office to pick the brain of the coach. We got St. Olaf coming into the Butler Center today. As always, on these pregame shows, we always like to go back before we go forward. So far, 2016 on the calendar has not been kind to your team, Coach. What have you seen out of these last four games that's been most concerning to you?
Let's see. The three games this season, I felt pretty consistently struggled to hit shots. St. Mary's is the exception. The St. Mary's game, they're a very, very talented team. I believe they're currently 13-1. It was back and forth. We had a late lead and couldn't hold on, but really competitive game. I thought for the most part we played pretty well. The two games since then, we got to make shots. We just flat out have got to finish on the offensive end of the floor at a much more consistent rate. The McAllister game, we were just talking, I was saying I've never in my life seen a game where an opponent, we took 71 field goal attempts, the opponent took 47 shots, and they outscored us. We got to finish on the offensive end. Then down at Gustavus on Wednesday, we did some things okay, and we had some mistakes defensively in the first half that definitely hurt us a lot. But, we scored in the last three quarters of that game 10 points, 11 points, and 12 points. And that's not going to get it done.
After 26 in the first quarter.
Right. Yep. Really good offensive first quarter. And then so you look at 7 of the last 8 quarters, we've struggled to make shots. And it's not because we're turning the ball over. Down at Gustavus, we only had 13 turnovers in the entire game. McAllister, we dominated the turnover margin. It's not because we're not getting opportunities on the offensive end of the floor. In fact, we lead the conference in field goals attempted. But we just got to start to convert some opportunities and finish shots.
As a coach, what do you do in those situations? I mean, everybody goes through shooting slumps, but how do you try to urge on them that we got to finish layups and it wouldn't kill us to make a jump shot every now and again?
Yeah, just getting reps in practice, and at the same time staying positive with them because I think confidence is the biggest thing with any shooter. And so with the team in general, if we're not shooting the ball well, just like an individual, we need to maintain confidence that when we put a shot up, we've got faith that it's going in.
How much do you know about St. Olaf, your opponent today? I saw Daly, the forward out of Rochester. She went to Lord's High School down there. She's having another good season, not putting up huge numbers. She had a big game there last time out, but beyond that, they're a more balanced team. They don't really lean on one stud to carry them.
Yeah, they've got really good balance. They've got several guards who are really talented. They're a more experienced team. I think they start 4 seniors with Walter and Bandel and Gutierrez and Hansen. I think are all seniors, and Daly's a junior.
You know them better than I do. You want to do the game upstairs, and I'll put on the blazer and coach?
Some days maybe, yeah. But they are balanced, and they've been defending very, very well. I think they're only scoring in the 50s, in the mid to low 50s, but they're frequently holding their opponents below that. They're not shooting a great field goal percentage, but they're frequently holding their opponents again below that. They're going to mix it up between a zone, some 3-2, and throw in some man-to-man as well. I'm sure we're going to see both today. And hopefully we execute well on the offensive end of the floor, and if we do that, they offensive rebound really well. They create a lot of opportunities off of loose balls and offensive rebounds. So
fair to say they kind of ugly the game up. They kind of muck it up and let their veterans knock down free throws and go from there.
Yeah, at times they definitely do. They definitely kind of make it a little bit sloppy. And in that environment, I think that they have a high level of confidence that they're going to out-hustle you for rebounds. They're going to out-hustle you for loose balls and playing in a little bit more frantic, sloppier pace. They're going to use some of their athleticism, their length, and with those experienced seniors, they're going to make some better decisions.
Get you out of here on this one with pace. We talked a couple of times ago on the pregame show about the bench is a little bit short right now. It's a little bit tight as far as numbers are concerned. Do you have to slow it down a little bit? As I know you'd like to be out running, gunning all over the place in transition. Do you have to take a little, throw it down a gear just because you've got the Clarks and Holt and players like Horsch, players like that who are going to play probably more than 30 minutes if they stay out of foul trouble?
Yeah, we definitely, right now, it's something we've talked about a lot, and we're trying to play it by ear a little bit based on the way we're performing on a given night, based on, how the kids look as far as fatigue, and based on the style of the opponent. But it's something that we've talked about a lot. It's something that we look at, and we try to have a good idea of what we're thinking as far as a rotation when we go into a game. But with that lack of depth currently, as soon as somebody gets in foul trouble, it can kind of take whatever rotation plans you have and throw them out the window early on.
Coach, best of luck today with St. Olaf.
Thank you.
All right, there he goes, head coach Sean Pinkerton. Thank him for joining our broadcast as he does each and every basketball game here from St. Paul. Matt Nelson with you alongside of our engineer, Glenn Thompson. It is the Wildcats and the Oles on a Saturday afternoon. Wildcats have dropped their last 4 for the St. Olaf, their last time out. They walloped McAllister badly, 70-36. Let's head downstairs for the national anthem.
At this time, please stand and remove your caps as we honor America playing our national anthem.
And with that, we are ready for tip-off here in St. Paul. Once again, we are, and what we do, our engineer is Glenn Thompson. I'm Matt Nelson. And you asked me during Coach Pinkerton's interview, Glenn, who exactly I was. It's surprising after so many years here at the Butler Center. You got my name wrong. You confused me with Mike Gallagher, other diligent employee of Tom Witchen and TJSportsOnline.net. That's all right. All is forgiven. Folks, we're glad you can join us this afternoon, and we hope that wherever you are, you're staying warm. I just heard we are without degrees in St. Paul. No degrees, 0, a flat 0 on the thermometer and the mercury. So that means we are without temperature, not negative nor positive, just without degrees. So we hope you're staying warm. Reminder, folks, Wildcat basketball, it's brought to you by Twin Cities Orthopedics, Elsmore Swim Shop, Universal Athletics, Northfield Lines, Push Pedal Pull, Midwest Vending, Best Western in Bloomington, Cone Elevators and Escalators. Wildcat supporters also include Loeffler Business Solutions, Midgo Construction, Dolan Printing, the Sodexo Group, U.S. Bank, Shapco Printing, Rachel Contracting, and the Opus Group. Thank you to supporters of St. Kate's Wildcat Athletics. Let's get down to brass tacks and the starters. First for the visiting Oles of St. Olaf College. They start 4 seniors and a junior. They are a very veteran club, and my favorite name in the MIAC is their point guard, senior out of Westminster, Colorado, Wu Bandel. 5.5 points per game and shooting 40% on this season. Lauren Gutierrez joins her in the backcourt, 5'4" senior guard out of Littleton, Colorado, 4.5 points per game. The third guard in this five-man lineup for Dave Strami. Their head coach is Afton Walter, just over 8 points per game for the senior out of Norwood, Minnesota. The two forwards, Zoe Hansen, 5'11" senior out of Lindstrom, Minnesota, and Betsy Daly, 5'9" junior forward out of Rochester. She went to Lourdes High School, just under 13 points a game to go along with 9 rebounds. Last time out for Daly, 20 points on 9 of 19 shooting to go along with 16 rebounds, For the Wildcats, 7-6, 2-5 in the MIAC. They start with 3 forwards and 2 guards. The backcourt is both of the Clarks, Meg and Audra, 5'6" and 5'7" sophomore guards, respectively, out of Kenyon, Minnesota. The forwards, Shauna Horsch, 5'9" senior out of Inver Grove Heights, Mari Lee out of Dawson, Minnesota, making her 14th start on the season, and Kennedy Jennings, 59% from the free throw line, 6.5 points per game, but to go along with 5.5 rebounds. The Wildcats have now used the same starting 5 in all 14 of their games in 2015 and 2016. Last time out for the Wildcats, a 74-59 loss at Gustavus down in St. Peter. Wildcats led it 26-19 at the end of the first quarter, but unfortunately came up well short with the 74-59 final score. Lachey Holt with 15 points in that one. Shauna Horsch pitched in with 14 of her own. With that, we're ready for the tip. Hansen and Jennings, and we'll be off and running from St. Paul. Ball's in the air, and off we go. The Oles win the opening tip, and in their black jerseys with the old gold piping along with white numerals, they head right to left across your keyboards. Wu Bandel's got it at the top of the key. She'll kick it to the right-hand side. 3 is on the way. Afton Walter's shot goes long, but underneath, a rebound for Afton Walter. Daly on the rebound, Walter on the miss. Bandel off of a screen to her left, playing on the switch by Jennings. Into the paint they go. Daly up top, a pump fake from Gutierrez, who will pull it up from 9 feet out. That shot's no good, but a third try for the Oles. 3 on the way. That rattled in and out for Walter. 2 misses on that possession for Walter, and a rebound for the Wildcats as we head the other way. It's Audra Clark, and she traveled it. A pump fake was guarded tightly by Gutierrez, and Stutter stepped her way beyond the arc. Was whistled for traveling. The Wildcats turn it over on their first possession. Still no score if you're joining us from St. Paul, wherever it is you're listening from today. Oles with the rock, still no score. Daly, good inside-out player. Now Walter, cross-court pass for Wu Bandel. She heads around a screen from Zoe Hansen, goes into the corner with it. Betsy Daly takes over, dribbles it in with the left hand into the paint. Her layup was short, and Mari Lee hauls in the rebound. Both teams starting cold offensively. Audra Clark navigates her way inside the three-point line, turns it back outside for Mari Lee. Now Horsch, Jennings, not a threat to shoot the 3, 0-5 on the season. Walks it in from the left-hand side, lays it up short, and a rebound underneath for the Oles. Betsy Daly, who averages 9 of those per game. Gutierrez sets up the offense. No score, a minute and a half in. Daly, long 2 out of the corner. That's short. Rebound booted by Clark. And Wu Bandel was in the neighborhood. Sean Pinkerton thought that it had deflected off of the senior guard. The initial call was St. Olaf ball. The officials get together, and they're going to say St. Olaf ball. Early in the Butler Center, it's as quiet as a library in here. We need some baskets to rattle this thing loose. Down low and a turnover, but before that a whistle. Mari Lee came up with it, and there was a call away from the basketball. I think this one's going to go against Mari. No, Audra Clark is going to be called for her foul as she bumped into the only player with 8:19 left in the first quarter. And they'll throw 30 seconds back up on the shot clock. St. Olaf, their last time out, 70-36 win at the Skoglund Center over McAllister. Quick pass came in. It was stolen away by Meg Clark, who's been the Wildcats' best player their last 4 games. She hands it off Audra. Jennings baseline, swung it around. It was deflected by Wu Bandel out of bounds, out of the reach of Clark. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Folks, for fitness equipment, treadmills, home gyms, exercise bikes, weights, and more, it's Push Pedal Pull. Check them out, one of the proud sponsors of Wildcat Sports. Off of the miss, Clark got the offensive board. Back up top, it's Jennings. Horsch has it for the Wildcats, wearing their home golds with purple numerals and white trim. Meg Clark, pump fake, guarded tightly by Gutierrez. Right-hand side wing, that's where Lee assesses the defense. Left-hand side wing, 3 on the way. Meg Clark got the bounce, and the Wildcats are on the board. Audra Clark knocks it down, 27% three-point shooter on the season, has the first score of the ball game for St. Kate's. It's been the Clark show in 2016. If you look at their numbers, the last 3 games for the Wildcats after a block shot by Lee, she rejected Hansen. It'll stay with St. Olaf with 13 seconds left on their shot clock. The last 3 games, Meg Clark 17, 15, and 12 points against St. Mary's, McAllister, and Gustavus. Audra with 15, 18, and 10. You add that up, Meg's got 44, Audra's got 43. It's 87 points. Any way you slice it. The team in 2016 has scored 181. So 48% of the scoring output from St. Kate's in 2016 has come from the Clark twins. Lee missed on the 3. Wu Bendel takes St. Olaf down this way in transition. She'll drive it off of the left side. Drive, kick outside. Hansen back up top. Couple of dribbles and a shot from Walter, and she knocked down a 3. The defense was slow to close that one out. Afton Walter, the senior out of Norwood, Minnesota, ties us at 3 apiece. Down low, layup with the left hand. Mari Lee gets the dime from Kennedy Jennings and pounds it in. A couple of points early for Mari Lee. She's shooting on the season 41% from 3, 80% from the free throw line. Just under 7 points a game to go along with 4 boards. And as I mentioned earlier, she started all 14 games. 3 by Gutierrez. That's long. A rebound. Clark had it poked away from behind by Wu Bendel. Plenty of contact there, but no whistle. Either way, it's the Wildcats' ball. Both teams are going to their bench for the first time this afternoon. St. Olaf's going to call in McKenna Ash, and Sean Pinkerton will send in Lachey Holt. Shea has played in each and every game, -1 on the season off of the bench, averaging 14 points per game and just under 9 rebounds. Meg Clark's going to jack up a 3. That went down and out. Rebound, McKenna Ash. Ash, much like Lachey Holt, has played all 15 games now this season for St. Olaf off of their bench. She's a really good player. 9 points per game to go along with 6.5 boards. And shooting 54% from the floor. Wu Bandel came up with the loose ball. Her 3 went long. Rebound underneath Betsy Daly. She had 16 of those last time out on Wednesday night against McAllister. Wu Bandel around the screen. Outside, long 3 from Walter has big time range. That's no good. Jennings hauls in the rebound. Kennedy, strong rebounder. 5.5 boards per contest as she surveys the defense off of the left wing. Lachey Holt for Mari Lee. Looked into the post. There was nothing there, so Meg Clark top of the key. Jennings again. Lachey Holt will shoot a 3 out of the corner and knock it down nicely. Lachey Holt off of the bench. Shoots just 28% from 3 on the season, but comes in and shoots that one confidently. Puts the Wildcats up by 5. It's 8-3. Slow shooting start for St. Olaf, an atrocious 1 for 10. Down low, a layup is up and in, make it 2 of 11. The dime goes Afton Walter down low to McKenna Ash, who laid it up and in. Ash has good size, just a freshman. Ellison Bay, Wisconsin is where she calls home. 8-5 is your score. Lee up top, Audra Clark breaks down Gutierrez, goes into the post. Lachey Holt through his zone. Layup short, there was contact, but another rebound for McKenna Ash. Good player off of the bench, young player, very active on the glass. And I mentioned she laid it up that last trip down the floor. She's got a couple of boards and 2 points in her appearance off of the bench. Floating pass tapped out of bounds by Jennings. They were trying to get that interior pass into the paint to Daly. And Alexis Christensen will come in for St. Kate's. So Holt, Christensen, Mari Lee, Meg Clark, and Shauna Horsch will play defense. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Bandel 3 is short. Rebound, Lachey Holt on the strong side, and she'll look to push the pace. Here comes Shea. Driving into the lane through contact. Layup is no good. But Lachey Holt will head to the free throw line to shoot a couple. First foul against St. Olaf belongs to Afton Wolter. Lachey Holt on the season, 58% from the free throw line. First trip to the stripe for either team this afternoon. Free throw short for Shea. Knocked down the three out of the corner earlier on. Right now, St. Olaf 2 of 12 from the floor. The Wildcats are 3 of 7. St. Olaf the early rebounding advantage at 8-6. And Lachey goes 1 for 2, has got 4 points. .354 left in the first quarter, a 9-5 lead for the Wildcats. Gutierrez up top. That's a long 2, jacked up by Daly, and nice job by Clark to box out the freshman McKenna Ash and come up with the board. Lachey Holt comes screaming down the floor, collides with Lauren Gutierrez and got fouled. They're going to call Gutierrez on the block. The second foul against St. Olaf. And Shauna Horsch will inbound it right in front of the Ole bench. Lachey Holt's going to be double teamed. Meg Clark. Now Shauna Horsch. Mari Lee on the right side. Long pass. Found Shauna in her outstretched arm. She dribble drives, threw it into Christensen, who had it poked away. It'll stay with St. Kate's, and Kennedy Jennings and Audra Clark are going to come in. Lee and Meg Clark back to the bench. Good early energy here from the Wildcats, holding on to this 4-point lead. Scoreboard has been aided by poor St. Olaf shooting at 2 of 13. Holt will try another 3. Set shot, knocked it down. Shea is never going to win any style points with that 3-point shot, but she's 2 of 2 on the long ball, and the Wildcats have pushed their lead to 7 points, 12-5 their lead. Gutierrez 3, atop of the key, rims out. Battle for the loose ball. Clark tried deflecting it off of Daly, but just knocked it out of bounds. St. Olaf will get another try. 6 offensive rebounds for St. Olaf here in the first quarter, and that's something that Sean Pinkerton talked about in his pregame show, that they really do a nice job on the offensive glass. They try to muddy up the game and create opportunities for their veterans. Pick and roll action down low. Ash traveled, a turnover for the Oles, their second. Dave Strami is going to go back into his bench and send in Kerry Keogh. Pass down low. Jennings went up with that left hand, and the southpaw couldn't bring it in. Wildcats pay back the Ole turnover with one of their own. Boy, on Wednesday night, 74-59 was the final at Gustavus. Miranda Rice was just too good for the Gusties. 9 of 14 on the night. She had 21 points to go along with 11 boards as St. Olaf goes down low again. And McKenna Ash has done the bulk of their scoring. She's got 4 of their 7 points off of the bench. Audra Clark into the lane. Left-handed dribble. Had it stripped away. Wildcats ball with 22 seconds left on their shot clock. On the other hand, on Wednesday night, the Oles walked all over McAllister at the Skoglund Center. Betsy Daly, big night in the 70-36 win. Shea, corner. This would be 3 for 3, and it is. Shea's got 10 points. She shot 3 3-pointers, and not one of them has even touched the rim. Literally nothing but the bottom of the net every time for a 28% 3-point shooter. Baseline drive, Ninehouse is going to the free throw line for the Oles. Ninehouse played in all 15 games this season off of Dave Strami's bench, averaging 2.5 points per game. The junior listed at 5'9" out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Knocks down her first. And Ninehouse goes 1 of 2. On the season, Ninehouse had been 11 of 15, 73% from the free throw line. Inside of 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Good basketball game, 15-8, a 7-point Wildcat lead. Lachey Holt with 10 points on 3 3-pointers. Shauna lost her dribble. Fortunate for the Wildcats, Lachey Holt was right there. She'll shoot from 13 feet out. Weak side rebound, McKenna Ash. She'll hand it off for Wu Bandel. Bandel into the front court. Senior out of Westminster, Colorado. Goes to the left hand. Guarded by the freshman Christensen. Now back up top. That's Zoe Hansen. Had it stripped away. Got it off. Back up top. Bandel swings it around into the corner. Keogh. 3 dribbles with the right hand. Now Bandel with 7 to shoot. Gets a screen from Hansen to the free throw line. Spins. Played by Horsch. Bandel layup off of the window. No good. Clark rebound under the basket. And she was fouled immediately by Keogh, the 3rd foul against the Oles. Wildcats riding a 4-game losing streak that started back in December with the 64-58 loss to Northwestern. Since then, in 2016, 3 games and 3 losses. A game at home, a 4-point loss to St. Mary's that the Wildcats were in control of late, but saw the Cardinals come back and win that one. A loss to McAllister that was a disappointment for this team, and then a road loss to Gustavus, a game where the Gusties played very well. Underneath the basket, Keogh got tangled up with Shauna, and the senior out of Inver Grove Heights, Horsch, was called for the foul, the 3rd foul against St. Kate's. 54 seconds left in the first quarter and a 15-8 lead for your Wildcats. Bandel up top, floating pass down low. Boy, McKenna Ash mismatch against Clark. McKenna Ash has 6 points in the first quarter, 6 of the 10 for St. Olaf. I'm very impressed with this freshman, my first look at her. Christensen has it in the corner. She drives with the left hand, picks up her dribble. Looked to touch indecisive, but got it for Horsch. Here comes the veteran. Layup is good, but she went right through Ash and Keogh and got it in. Shauna Horsch, just over 11 points per game and 3.5 boards. St. Olaf 4 of 17, 1 of 7 on their 3-pointers. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Up top, Ninehouse around a screen from Hansen, and she got fouled by Jennings. That was pretty darn soft, but the whistle came, and it's a foul against Jennings, her first. Mari Lee will come back in. Jennings will head to the bench. Keogh will do the same for the Oles as Afton Walter comes back in. 3 seconds to work with for the Oles. Bandel with her back turned to the basket. 1 second to shoot. She defers Walter around Holt, and she shoots an air ball. That's a wrap on the first quarter. 17-10 your score. Cats by 7 as we go to the second. In St. Paul, you're listening to Wildcat Athletics on TJSportsOnline.net. Welcome you back in to this presentation of the University of St. Catharines, produced by TJ Sports Online, TJ Broadcast Services. Check us out, TJSportsOnline.net. Tonight's broadcast, one of the sponsors that makes it possible, Twin Cities Orthopedics. They offer a full spectrum of orthopedic care to individuals suffering sports-related problems and injuries. Their doctors are team physicians to the University of St. Catharines, Augsburg, Hamline University, and others. Visit TCOMN.com. Wildcats get the second quarter started with an air ball, and we're back to work. Matt Nelson alongside our engineer, Glenn Thompson. A 17-10 lead for St. Kate's. All right, back to it goes St. Olaf. Again, they go down low. This time Zoe Hansen finds McKenna Ash. Ash with 8 of the Oles' 12 points. The Wildcats have had no answer for the freshman underneath the basket defensively. Holt long to That one rattled in and out, and Ash the rebound as she boxed out Clark. Trailing by 5, St. Olaf with the basketball. Wildcats defend with Holt, Lee, Christensen, Meg Clark, and Shauna Horsch. Bandel into the lane, again down low. Ash, Christensen slow to respond. And McKenna Ash has 10 points. She's in double digits. That's best in the ball game, along with Lachey Holt. Both players off of the bench for their respective teams. Lee, 3, that's short. Had her own rebound, lost it, but Christensen came up with it underneath Meg Clark into the corner. Lachey Holt wide open 3, knocked it down again. Holy smokes, Lachey Holt has a baker's dozen already on 4 3-pointers. Lachey now 4 of 8 from the floor. Every shot that she's made has been a 3. She's a perfect 4 for 4. Hansen drives the lane and lays it up and in off of the window. Hansen's on the board for the first time. She averages 5 a game. It's 20-16. Lachey Holt into the lane, and it's stripped away by Ash. Ash is listed at 6'1" and looks the part for St. Olaf. But an athletic 6'1", she's going to be a very good player for St. Olaf. Long 3, Wolter jacks it up and knocks it down. She shoots more of a rounded set shot like Shea does, but leans into it a touch more. Has 6 points, and it's a 1-point game. And a foul is going to be called as Bandel clashed with Audra Picker Meg Clark. Bandel called for her first foul with 7:32 left in the second quarter. It's a 20-19 lead for St. Kate's. The shooting is heating up for St. Olaf. They're now 7 of 20 from the floor. 2 of 8 for 3. Horsch inside, outside now it goes. Meg Clark swishes down a 3. So now Meg matching Audra with 3 points. The Clark sisters have 6, and the Wildcats lead it by 4, 23-19. Hot 3-point shooting for the Wildcats. Lachey Holt 4 of 4 on her 3-pointers, and now Meg Clark knocks one down. The Wildcats are 5 of 7 on the 3-point shots. Bandel into the paint, around Lee, into the corner. Wolter loves to shoot the 3 and knocks down a line drive. Afton Wolter has 9 points, cuts the lead for the Wildcats back down to 1. Wolter's been good this afternoon. Lee thought about a 3, instead pulled it down, found Garcia. Audra Clark, 1 dribble, floater high off the window, no good, and a rebound for Betsy Daly. For St. Olaf, nearly turned it over in the backcourt, but Gutierrez will chase it down. Afton Wolter 2 of 5 on their 3-pointers. They're now 3 of 9. Daly goes in the left-hand side in the corner. There goes Bandel. Audra tried to poke it out from behind. Afton Wolter, the hot 3-point shooter, dribbles it in. Passes for Daly. Baseline drive with the left hand. And stepped out of bounds and turned it over. Wildcat ball, 6:12 left in the first half, and a 1-point lead for St. Kate's. Lee for Horsch, 1 dribble, 3, that's long, clanks off of the back iron. Daly had the rebound, was harassed by Horsch. Poked it away momentarily, but Daly was able to chase it down. Slow start offensively for Daly. She's 0 of 4, but she does have 5 rebounds. 5:48 left in the first half. Daly guarded by Horsch, who's done a good job on her. Down low again, double team, back up top. Lee got a hand in there, but Daly chased it down. Mismatch, 2-on-1 underneath, and Horsch has no choice but to foul. Daly hit Wolter with the pass. Layup was swatted down, but in the process of foul against Shauna Horsch, the senior's second. The first against the Wildcats in the second quarter, and we've got a timeout on the floor. We will do the same on the broadcast when we come back. The Oles at the free throw line, they'll have a chance to take the lead. That's when we come back. Afton Wolter at the free throw line already with 9 points on the ball game, averaging 8.5 on this season. And her first shot is good. Afton, a 70% free throw shooter now in double digits. Reminder, folks, they're based in St. Michael. They're a proud supporter of Wildcat Athletics is Rachel Contracting, heavy civil contractor performing earthwork, demolition, environmental, utilities, and alternative energy site work. A team of professionals with over 150 years of collective experience. For more information, visit their website, rachelcontracting.com. The Oles with the lead at 24-23. Garcia's three is short out of the corner. Rebound by St. Olaf and a foul against St. Kate's. Goes against Audra Clark. Second foul against St. Kate's here in the second quarter. Or Alexis Garcia has really struggled this season with her shot. After she missed that last three now on the season, she's 1 of 16 shooting three-pointers. Not much better inside of the arc, just shooting now 6 of 28, less than 22%. Mandel kicks outside for Hansen. Baseline drive, double teamed, and she traveled. Good defense that time by Clark and Garcia to coerce Hansen into the turnover. 4:59 left in the first half. Sean Pinkerton's got Jennings, Audra Clark, Meg Clark, Garcia, and Lee on the floor. Lee up top for Garcia. 2 dribbles, nearly turned it over. Clark got bumped by Gutierrez, lost it. Gutierrez chased it down, picked it up, somehow got it to Daly in the front court. It's a steal for Gutierrez, and it's Ole's ball leading with 4:30 left in the second quarter. Daly surveys the defense, kicks outside. Wolter's open for 3. A fortunate miss and a rebound for Jennings. St. Olaf with good size and experience, good length on their team. You can see it. Anytime a ball comes free, they are rushing to it. And you can see it just like that in the passing lanes. Daly hauled that one down, another turnover, this time on Meg Clark. Daly with the steal. Vandell has the ball. Baseline drive, and her shot was blocked by Lee, and a foul is going to be called. He gets a look of exasperation from Mari Lee. The junior is flagged for her first, and it sends Vandell to the free throw line. 62% free throw shooter on the season is the senior, and she misses her first. Holt and Horsch back in for the Wildcats. Daly to the bench, and Molly Dietrich, senior out of Centennial, Colorado, comes in. Vandell a chance to make it a 2-point game, and does. (25-23), 2-point lead for St. Olaf. Wildcats going back into their bench. Holt and Horsch to inject some offense into this rotation. Lachey Holt driving, kicks. Short 2 for Mari Lee, and she knocked it down sweetly. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Mari. Averaging just under 7 points per game. Has 4 here in the first half. We're all tied up at 25 apiece. Dietrich. Ninehouse. Now Gutierrez. St. Olaf really likes to use that shot clock. Gutierrez weaves inside of the three-point line and knocks down a long 2. Lauren Gutierrez, 5 points a game, has a couple. Good shooter. Has started all 15 games this season for the Oles. Down low, Clark's layup is no good. Horsch hitter with a sweet pass. No whistle as Clark was looking around for one. 3:07 to go in the first half. Down low, good heavens, that's a travel as Ash got away with one. Didn't matter, the layup was no good. Holt blowing past defenders, getting to the basket, fouled, and will go to the line to shoot 2. Layup was off for Shea, who really seems to have a good bounce in her step today. The foul against Ninehouse, the junior, sends Shea to the line to shoot 2. Shea's second trip to the free throw line on the afternoon, has a chance to tie it if she can knock them both down. First one's good. Lachey Holt now with 14 points. 12 of them coming on three-pointers. Check that she's got 14 points now. A couple of free throws. Next one could tie it. And does. 15 points for Shea. And we're all tied up at 27-27. Leading scorers so far, Afton Walter, 11 points for the Oles. Ash just behind that with 10. And Lachey Holt with 15 leads all scores. Driving into the lane. Ninehouse layup off of the window is good. Didn't get much elevation, but got a clean look at the rack and kissed it off of the glass. Lachey Holt in transition. She lays it up and in on a floater. 17 first half points for Lachey Holt, who's averaging 14 a game. She's got 17 here in the first half. 29-27, the Wildcats have recaptured the lead. Lauren Gutierrez, 5'4" senior, around a screen, pick and roll, down low for Ash, who lays it up and in. Got a great pass from Gutierrez, and the Wildcats deciding not to foul. A dozen in the first half for Ash. 31-29. St. Olaf on top inside of 2 minutes left here in the first half. Lachey Holt is on fire. 5 of 5 on three-pointers. That one the luckiest of them all as she goes off in the middle of the square on the window and somehow banks in the wild three-pointer. She has 20 points in the first half. The Oles just knocked down another 3. Fireworks in St. Paul as these two teams are trading three-pointers. It's a 2-point Ole lead. Lachey Holt walks down and ties us at 34. Lachey Holt has 22 points. Lachey now 7 of 11 from the floor, 5 three-pointers and 22 points. She has 22 of the Wildcats' 34 out of the corner, another three-pointer. Keogh with a three-pointer. Wildcats have 7 first half three-pointers. The Oles have 5, a dozen three-pointers here in the first half. A far cry from the lackluster performance we saw against McAllister. Mari Lee will try to add on to that party and knocks it down. It's contagious. It's contagious. A plague of three-pointers. If it's contagious, if that old saying is true, then we've reached epidemic status in this gym. Another three-pointer. The Wildcats are 8 of 10 on their three-pointers as Ash went into the lane. Before that, though, traveling was called. The Wildcats 8 of 10 on their three-pointers. And they're tied. That's the remarkable thing, and it shows you how well St. Olaf has played in the first half. Wildcats shooting 48%. St. Olaf shooting 48% as well. And they started something like 2 for their first 12. Now they're 14 of 29. So something like 12 of their next 17, something like that. That's rough math, but both teams have turned it over 5 times. Wildcats have led by as many as 8. The Oles by as many as 3. 7 seconds on the game and shot clock. And the Oles had a foul to use. They use it. Hansen, Ninehouse, called for her second, and Sean wants a 30-second timeout to talk about these last 7 seconds of first half. We'll do the same. We'll take a timeout. First half action from St. Paul. Stay tuned to our halftime show. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard on a cold Saturday from St. Paul. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball.
St. Catherine University Athletics Department will also teach broadcast services providing live broadcast of all Wildcat volleyball and basketball home events. Watch online at www.tjsportsonline.com.
All right, 7 seconds left here in the Butler Center in the second quarter. Wildcats have the ball. The shot clock's down. Comes in for Mari Lee. Lachey Holt takes it with the left hand. 3 seconds to work with. Into the corner. Garcia, 1 dribble. Long 2. That's long. And the Wildcats will head into the locker room after the miss by Garcia. Tied 37-37. What a three-point shootout in the Butler Center. St. Olaf goes 5 for 12. They get, let's see, out of their three-pointers, 3 from Afton Walter, and the Wildcats go 8 of 10, 5 three-pointers, and 22 points from Lachey Holt off of the bench on 7 of 11 shooting. So, if you like offense, and who doesn't, a thriller in St. Paul. MIAC women's basketball brought to you by TJ Sports Online.net before we take our halftime break, and we will check the out-of-town scoreboard. I want to remind you to check out all the sponsors of Wildcat Athletics: Twin Cities Orthopedics, Elsmore Swim Shop, Universal Athletics, Northfield Mines, Push Pedal Pull, Midwest Vending, Best Western in Bloomington, Cone Elevators and Escalators. Wildcat supporters, they also include Loeffler Business Solutions, McGo Construction, Dolan Printing, the Sodexo Group, U.S. Bank, Shapco Printing, Rachel Contracting, and the Opus Group. In Twin Cities, hey, the next time you're here for shopping, sports, visiting, or that weekend getaway, why not stay at the Best Western Plus Bloomington Hotel? They're just across Killebrew Drive from the Mall of America, and their professional staff, they'll treat you right. They specialize in true hospitality. They have gorgeous decor all the way throughout and the best in-house dining at the Red Rosa Italian Grill. Sounds good right about now as we head towards the dinner hour on a Saturday. Visit their website, bestwesternbloomington.com, for details. It's halftime in St. Paul, and we're tied up 37-37. Oles and Wildcats. Oh my! We'll be right back with the second half. on a Saturday. We welcome you back into the Butler Center in St. Paul on the campus of St. Catherine University. Matt Nelson alongside of our engineer Glenn Thompson. 37 apiece, Wildcats and Oles from St. Olaf. Boy, lots of stuff going on here in what was an exciting first half. The Oles go 14 of 31 from the floor after making 2 of their first 12. They go 5 of 12 from downtown to score their 37 points. They get 11 from Afton Wolter, but the story was a 12-5 first half. 12 points, 5 rebounds on 6 of 7 shooting for McKenna Ash. She was outstanding. The rest of the scoring, Ninehouse had 6, Keogh had 3, Hansen had a pair, Gutierrez the same, and Wubendel with 1 from the free throw line. For the Wildcats, their 37 points, 22 of them came from Lachey Holt. Her career high is 28 points. She scores 22 in the first half, knocks down 5 3-pointers on 5 tries. The school record for St. Kate's is 6. So Lachey Holt just 1 off of the school record for 3-pointers in a game by an individual through 20 minutes of basketball. And that's pretty remarkable stuff. We're back at it in a tie ball game with the Oles with the rock. Daly down low was really the one star player the Oles didn't get going in the first half. She's fouled on a layup try by Meg Clark, and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So for Lachey Holt, she is 1 off of the school record on 3-pointers as Daly knocks down the first free throw. Betsy Daly, 65% free throw shooter. She has her first 2 points of the afternoon, 39-37 in the lead. But Lachey didn't really play that many minutes in the first half, and she nearly eclipsed her career high in points and the school record in 3-pointers, which was held by Mary Newman and Shauna Horsch. They both had 5 in a game a couple of times. Shauna, 1 dribble, staring into a 2-3 zone. Bandel picked her pocket, and it's going to be a jump ball, and Shauna caught an elbow from Bandel on the way down, but she's as tough as nails. She gets up. 30 seconds into the second half, and the Wildcats trailing it by 2. They have the possession error on the basketball, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Audra weaving into the zone. Back up top, Kennedy breaks it down. Kicks, Lee, 2's off. Horsch, offensive rebound. Can't put the layup back in. Loose ball. Lee comes up with it. It's Wildcats ball. Back up top, Meg Clark looks to score. Drive. Scoop shot is good. Meg Clark walks in and scoops in the layup. She's got 5 points. We're tied at 39-39. Meg Clark now 3 of 6 on the afternoon. Gutierrez for Daly. Jennings got a hand in. Kennedy yet to score. Does have a couple of rebounds and a couple of assists. Wolter drives and commits the offensive foul. She ran into Meg Clark, who was set, and the offensive foul called against Wolter. Her second personal foul, and the first of the second half against St. Olaf. Should be noted, too, the 8 3-pointers on 11 tries for St. Kate's in the first half. The school record in a game is 14. So they're on their way to that as well if they can stay hot here in the second half. This is going to be an over and back as Shauna couldn't chase that one down. Bandel picked it up, though. Could have let it roll out of bounds. Instead, picked it up, slowed it down, and the Oles will set up their offense. Gutierrez guarded by Clark around a screen from Hansen. Now dribbles with the right hand, top of the key into the corner. That's Wolter. Played on a switch. Now defers Hansen. She drives baseline with the right hand and got bumped by Meg Clark. They're going to call Clark on the foul. It looked to me more like Hansen was the one instigating the contact. Either way, that doesn't matter. It's a second foul on Clark, the second in the third quarter against St. Kate's. Wildcats shooting 43%, St. Olaf 45%. Loose ball and a jump ball called. Jennings tied up with Afton Wolter. Possession arrow is with St. Olaf. They have the ball in a tie game. 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Wolter guarded tightly by Horsch. Walks into a double team where Lee was waiting for it and threw it away. A turnover for the Oles. Tried to get it back up top for Wu Bandel, but nobody was home. Can't think Sean will leave Shea sitting on the bench just too long. 22 points in the first half. Hard to leave that cooling on the pine. Audra Clark tried to go down low for Mari Lee. Was guarded tightly. Instead, Jennings in the corner threw it away. Gutierrez picked off her pass. She was looking for Audra Clark. St. Olaf has the basketball in a tie game. 39-39. Around a screen goes Bandel to her right. Daly up top. She's been hounded by Horsch all day long. Instead, Walter walks up to the free throw line. Backs it out. Gutierrez, top of the key, into the corner. Bandel. 8 seconds on the shot clock for St. Olaf. Bandel into the lane. Got by Jennings. Crashed into her and laid it up and in. No foul. But a layup for Bandel, who has 3 points, and a 2-point lead now for St. Olaf. Going the other way with it, Audra Clark lays it up and in. Clark with 5. And it's 41-41. Audra Clark. And in transition, Gutierrez along two. Must have just had a foot on the line. 4 points for Gutierrez, right on her season average per game. 6:39 left in the third quarter, and a 2-point lead for the Oles. Lee in the corner. Hansen comes out and chases to defend. Jennings, Horsch top of the key. Clark extra pass. Meg Clark in the corner. That three is no good, but a weak side rebound as Jennings snatched it away. Down low, Lee had it stripped away by Hansen, and Gutierrez comes up with it. Likewise, Holt probably won't be on the bench much longer for St. Kate's. I can't imagine McKenna Ash would be on the bench much longer for St. Olaf. She was just too good in the first half. 6 of 7 shooting, 12 points and 5 rebounds. Ten seconds to work with for Gutierrez. Looks over her options. Goes to the right around a screen by Hansen. Went past Lee. Layup short. And Lee the rebound. Sean Pinkerton urging his team to get out and run. Audra Clark into the lane. Goes for Meg. Right-hand side in the wing. Now Mari Lee. Clark, Horsch. Double teamed in his zone. Audra Clark drives. Went through contact. Layup no good. Daly the rebound. Betsy Daly with her 6th rebound. Still just the 2 points on a couple of free throws, but has been very active on the glass. St. Olaf rebounding St. Kate's 21-17. Wolter from 8 feet out. That's no good, but a rebound and a cheapie for Zoe Hansen. Cross-court pass. Bandel shot no good. Daly the rebound, and the easy bunny putback for Betsy Daly. Has 4 points. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Audra Clark left-handed layup. Went around Daly and scored. Not great defense by St. Olaf. Audra Clark has 7 points. Holt and Ash will come in at the next whistle for their teams. They've been the 2 best players in this game. Nice pass down low as Daly sprung free and scored. Bandel to Daly, who now has 6 points. Didn't score in the first half. 47-43, a 4-point lead for the Oles. Horsch for Clark. She decides to shoot a 3. It's an air ball right into the arms of the senior Daly for the Oles. Black jerseys and white trim. Heads left to right across your keyboards into the front court. Push off there by Gutierrez. No whistle. Gets a screen from Hansen to her right. Back up top with it. Daly now. Walter guarded by Horsch. Tried to get it down low for Daly. Jennings stripped it away. No foul. And it'll stay with St. Olaf. Keogh and Ash come in for the Oles. Lachey Holt will supplant Jennings for the Wildcats, and Garcia is going to check in as well for Meg Clark. Meg Clark looked pretty winded heading into the bench. 4:09 left in the third quarter. Pass comes in for Daly, guarded by Horsch. Horsch against Daly. Now back outside. Walter at the top of the key. Audra Clark defends. Right-handed dribbles. Clark poked it away, and Garcia came up with it. A steal for St. Kate's. They head the other way. Audra Clark outside. Garcia swings it around. Would-be Holt's 6 3-pointer. This one is off to the right, and a rebound for Lauren Gutierrez, the guard for St. Olaf. They have a 4-point lead in the basketball. Gutierrez walks it back. Now Daly, pump fake, drives it into the lane. Tried to get it for Ash. Holt predicted it, picked it off. Ash came up with it, and a timeout's going to be called as Ash on her bottom underneath the basket gets bailed out by her head coach Dave Strami. Let's take a timeout in St. Paul. 3:34 left in the third quarter. It's the Oles 47, your St. Kate's Wildcats 43. Well, after the Dave Strami timeout, we're back at it. The Oles have 12 seconds on their shot clock, but it doesn't matter. Wolter lined up a three and knocked it down. It's 50-43. Afton Wolter has 13 points and is now 4 of 8 on her three-point shots. She's got 4 of them. Lachey with 5. Garcia into the corner for Holt. Now Shea. Garcia. There's Lee with it. Wildcats searching for a three-pointer. Holt will knock one down off of the right side. She's got 6 three-pointers, and it's a big day for Lachey Holt. She has 25 points, a school record in three-pointers made in a game. It's 50-46 Oles. So congrats to Lachey Holt, the school record on threes. Gutierrez misses wide. Holt got wiped out underneath the basket, and Gutierrez got a lucky roll. A 2 for Gutierrez. She's got 6. It's 52-46. Lachey Holt with 25 points defers to Audra. Now Horsch. Garcia. Lee. Audra Clark on the right-hand side wing. Holt comes out top. Audra goes down low with it instead. Gutierrez deflects the pass out of bounds. It will be Wildcat ball with 12 seconds on their shot clock. 2:25 left here in the third quarter. And a 6-point lead for St. Olaf. Ball comes in. Audra Clark, 3. That's long. And Ash has a rebound fall right into her hands uncontested. Her 6th. 52-46. Gutierrez. Pick and roll action. Daly, 3. Knocked it down. Nothing but the back iron in the bottom of the net. 3-pointer for Daly. She has 9 points and has gotten all 9 of those here in the third quarter, matching St. Kate's 9 points in the second half. 55-46. Lachey Holt already with 6 3-pointers. Horsch down low, 1 dribble, and Ash blocked the shot of Lee. Just too big and long with the right hand. Blocked Mari Lee's shot. Nine-point lead for the Oles with the basketball. Gutierrez guarded by Horsch. Floating pass goes down low. Holt against Ash. Layup no good. Rebound. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Shauna Horsch as she was battling Daly for it. Bench action coming in. Jennings and Meg Clark will supplant Alexis Garcia and Shauna Horsch, who played the first 8:30 of this third quarter. So it's Meg Clark, Audra Clark, Mari Lee, Kennedy, and Holt out defending as Hansen knocks down the 5-footer. 4 points for Hansen and an 11-point lead for St. Olaf. Just not much offense in the third quarter for St. Kate's. A couple of three-pointers. That's been about it, but a floating layup for Audra Clark as she got it to go with the left hand. She's got 9 points, and a timeout taken by Sean Pinkerton and the Wildcats. It's a 57-48 lead for the Oles. We've got 1:03 left here in the third quarter. Matt Nelson alongside of Glenn Thompson. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on TJSportsOnline.net. Shapco Printing, full-service print solution provider producing the highest quality print communications reliably and consistently for customers across the globe, not just in the Twin Cities, across the globe, man. They've received numerous awards from a variety of prestigious organizations. They're located at 1109 Zane Avenue North in Minneapolis. Check out their website, www.shapco.com, a proud supporter of Wildcat Athletics. Out of the timeout, the Wildcats fashion a little backcourt defense. Now they'll retreat as Gutierrez will walk it into the front court, guarded by Meg Clark. Steinhaus is in for the second time. She gets it down low to McKenna Ash, who lays it up and in off of the glass. McKenna Ash has 14 points. It's a 59-48 lead for the Oles over the Wildcats. Clark into the post. Jennings would love to see her face around and shoot that, but Ash is a defensive presence. Jennings comes up with it, got tangled up with Keogh, and the foul's going to go against Keogh underneath the basket. Cone US, they provide industry-leading elevators, escalators, auto walks, and innovative solutions for sustainable maintenance and modernization. Call their customer care center, 877-276-8691, to find their nearest office. Wildcats can hold it. There's 30 seconds on the game clock, 27 on the game clock. Sean's calling out last shot. It would amount to about that with just 3 seconds left for the Oles if they wound it all the way down. Trailing by 11. Been outscored 22-11 here in the third quarter, have the Wildcats. 8 seconds to work with. Shea looks at the iron, now goes to Clark. Cross-court pass to Meg. 2 seconds to work with. Long two, low lining shot off of the front iron is short. It's a shot clock violation. And there's still a second to go. Don't know where the Oles are going. And the clock got stopped. Clark took the shot with about a second left on the clock. It was off of the front iron. Rebounded by St. Olaf, and then everyone started walking over to their bench. Let's hear what the officials have for us here with this last second in the third quarter. They're going to call both coaches in. Let's see what we can hear. Strami, Pinkerton, and the officials. Could hear him say, "My bad, I blew the whistle." They're going to go to possession arrow, which would mean Wildcat ball underneath the basket, which means that the Wildcats get a lucky break. After the inadvertent whistle, possession arrow favors St. Kate's, which means it'll be their ball. With a second left, we'll see if they can make the most of it here, trailing by 11. I think get the ball in, see if you can't hoist a three. An unfortunate break for St. Olaf after the inadvertent whistle by the officiating crew. We'll see if St. Kate's can take advantage of it. Holt will trigger it in. Pass comes in, dribbling, and I don't know what the Wildcats are doing. That shot had to go up with a second left. Audra Clark went dribbling around with it, and it's a shot clock violation, but before that, it looked like he came around whistling a foul. It was a foul against Keogh, but it's still the end of the quarter, and it would have only been the third foul against St. Olaf. So about as clunky as you can wrap up a quarter, but it is wrapped up. We've played, 30 minutes of basketball. That means there's 10 to go by my math. It's 59-48. St. Olaf leading the Wildcats. If St. Kate's is going to crack this 4-game winning streak, they'll have to do it in come from behind fashion. It's next on TJSportsOnline.net. You're watching Wildcat basketball. Bringing back into St. Paul, and it's Butler Center on the campus of St. Catherine University. Matt Nelson alongside engineer Glenn Thompson, a proud sponsor of Wildcat Athletics since 1971, is the Universal Athletic Team. They've been passionate about fueling the dreams of athletes, and they put their know-how into doing just that by servicing and selling athletic gear to your local athletes, high schools, and colleges. Universal has dedicated its heart and soul to the support of fitness, sports, and health programs in schools and communities. 59-48 lead as we're back to it at the start of the fourth quarter, and the Oles score. They go to Zoe Hansen, who knocks it off of the window from about 7 feet out. 61-48 the lead now. Wildcats were outscored 22-11 in the third quarter. Audra Clark, cross-court pass. Meg Clark for Shea, crossover dribble, lost Bandel, jacked up a three, it was no good. And Betsy Daly hauled in the rebound, long pass, found Bandel. She leaned in on Mari Lee, and with her arms in the air, she's called for the foul, the first of the fourth quarter against St. Kate's, and the second against Lee. Transporting Wildcat athletes is in the capable hands of Northfield Lines, Inc. They're dedicated to ensuring that your travel experience is a positive one. Call to request a quote or to make a reservation. Check out their website, northfieldlines.com. 61-48. 13-point lead, and the Oles with the basketball. Wolter, 3, 16-point lead as Wolter knocks it down. 16 points for Afton Wolter. And it's 64-48. The Wildcats are going to have to start playing defense and getting some scores, as Wolter now has broken their back with her fifth three-pointer for those 17 points, a couple from the free throw line, and the Wildcats just turned it over with 8:41 to go. Depth really does catch up with the Wildcats late in these second halves. They just don't go deep. They don't have enough bodies, players. They got 7 or 8 players day to day. The Clarks both play 30 minutes a game. Shauna's out there all the time. Shea comes in off the bench. Jennings and Lee kind of switch off as Kennedy's called for the foul. Bandel leaning in induces the second foul against Jennings. It's the third foul, pardon me. I called it her second. It's her third. Shauna will come in. Kennedy will head back to the bench.
She's thrown her body into the defender. She pushed off. She slapped the ball away. She didn't touch the offensive player. Offensive player pushed off.
8:24 left in the fourth quarter as Sean Pinkerton pleads his case to the officials. Bandel around the screen from Ash, and she's going to be called for one. I think she caught a bunch of contact from Lachey Holt. McKenna Ash is a really, really good young player. She's got 14 points. She's averaging 9.5 per game, 6 rebounds per contest. Today she's 7 of 9, 14 points, as I mentioned, and 7 rebounds. But you're playing collegiate basketball, and Lachey Holt's coming around, and you're setting a screen. You got to brace yourself for big-time contact. And that's the thing you learn, and you get ready to, as you grow into and becoming more of a veteran in this level, as Shea fouls Gutierrez in the backcourt. You learn to not only brace yourself for that contact, but without fouling, you learn to level some of that contact back towards that player coming around that screen. And with Ash's frame, she's going to be really fun to watch mature in this level. Pass down low for Ash. Went around Lee and traveled before the shot. Now the Wildcats get a stop. Can they get a score? It takes those two things to produce a comeback. I know it sounds like a oversimplification, but it is just that easy. Lachey Holt has made more three-pointers than any Wildcat in any game ever. Got to think you try to keep her going. Lee turned it over, tried to get it down low for Horsch, who got it back. Threw it away, and it was last touched by Ash under the basket. Wildcats ball with 27 seconds on their shot clock. Lachey Holt is 25. Her career high is 28. As St. Olaf back into their bench. Gutierrez will take a seat on the pine. Ninehouse comes in. Jennings as well will check in for Lee. Jennings hands it off. Clark, 3. Knocked it down. It's a big one for the Wildcats. Audra Clark has a dozen points on the afternoon. And the St. Olaf lead is cut to a baker's dozen, 64-51 with 7:14 left in the game. A couple more stops and three-pointers, and you got yourselves a ball game. Daly into the corner. The Oles 4-3 on the season in the MIAC. Wolter lost it. Jennings pressured. It's out of bounds. Another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers and a three-pointer has Sean Pinkerton and his team believing they can make St. Olaf sweat with 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Jennings in the corner against Ash. Left-handed heave to Clark. Lost it. Oh, a turnover. Unforced, uncontested turnover. The Wildcats just threw it away. Doggone it. Clark. Meg Clark, 3 of 9. Audra, 4 of 9. Lachey Holt, 8 of 14. Shauna Horsch, 1 of 4 for 2 points. She averages 11. Into the corner. Wolter, 3 is huge for St. Olaf. Afton Wolter has her 6th three-pointer on 10 tries. As good as Lachey Holt has been, Wolter has matched her to the tune of 19 points. We've got 2 players in this game with 6 three-pointers. Horsch lost her footing, and it was last touched by St. Olaf on the way out. Shauna doesn't look too sure of her health, but she'll stay in as Jennings has it and threw it away. The Oles will chase it down. Bandel picks it up. Audra there to defend, and Bandel throws it right in her face with the left hand and scores. It's 69-51, and the Wildcats have to take a timeout as they now trail by 18. 6:11 left in the ball game. We'll break with the players. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on TJSportsOnline.net. Well, you've got 2 players who have really shot the three-pointer well today. Afton Wolter, 6 of 10 on her three-pointer. She's got 20. Lachey Holt with 25 points. She is 6 of 8 on her three-pointers. How'd you like to shoot 6 of 10 on threes and not be the best three-point shooter in the game at that point? Meg Clark drives to the basket. Layup short, and Ash underneath with the rebound. Ash and Daly produce a really dynamic and dominating rebounding duo under the basket for St. Olaf. Ash has 7 boards. Daly has 10, although she only has 9. The Oles turn it over. Audra Clark the other way with it. Layup, missed it. Daly defended, and the layup was missed. Ninehouse the rebound, and into the front court for the Oles she goes. There's Keogh. She walked with it and traveled, playing a bit too fast with a big lead and 5:30 left in the game. Shauna Horsch will come in for Jennings, offense for defense. So now you've got probably your best 5 shooters on the floor. Holt, Horsch, both of the Clarks, and Mari Lee. Audra in the corner. Now Shauna has it. She'll drive with the left hand. Defense collapses. Dish. Audra Clark 3 is short. Shauna chases down the offensive rebound. Got pressured in the corner. And St. Olaf knocked it out of bounds. The scoring just has not been there in the second half. The Wildcats have been outscored 32-14 in this second half. And that's why you see that big advantage, 69-51 for St. Olaf. Familiar story at Gustavus as Holt got fouled on the floor. The second foul against St. Olaf in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats scored 26 in the first quarter and then petered out to about 12, 11, 10 the rest of the way in the second, third, fourth quarters. Audra for Meg. Now Holt in the corner. Ash closes out on her. Instead of drive, one dribble. Mari Lee lays it up and in. Mari Lee has 9 points. The Wildcats have to pressure the ball. Trailing by 16 with 4:55 left. Clark lost Gutierrez, who will head forward into the front court. 2 subs ready for St. Olaf. Bandel and Wolter. The deadly shooting three-point marksman. Daly, Keogh. And a foul against St. Olaf. Daly. That's her first foul, the third against St. Olaf, 4:38 left.
I didn't see it.
Here's Sean and Meg pleading for a foul. They eventually got one, not the violation they were looking for. Clark was saying she got pushed away from the ball. The officials missed it. Horsch into the corner. Holt, why not? 3. Got it! Oh, Lachey Holt matches her career high with 28 points and builds on her school record. That is her 7th three-pointer on 9 tries. It's 69-56. St. Olaf leads it by 13. 4:24 left from St. Paul. What a day for Shea. How's this for a stat line? Lachey Holt right now, 28 points on 9 of 15 shooting, 7 of 9 on her three-pointers, 3 free throws as well mixed in there, and 3 rebounds. It's St. Olaf ball. The Wildcats need steals and Ole turnovers. They'll send it in. Wolter with her head up, marches into the front court. Hard to get St. Olaf to make bad decisions. They have so many veteran players. Got Wolter into the corner, down low. Ash was all alone. Daly will shoot the long 2. That's long, and rebound Jennings. Big miss for the Oles. The Wildcats believe. Hold long pass ahead. Ooh, found Meg Clark. That was a dangerous one. Shea, another 3. Top of the key. Short. Daly the rebound. Over Horsch and Meg Clark. 69-56 the score. Wolter. Nice job by Jennings to deflect that one out of bounds. 23 seconds on the shot clock left for the Oles. 3:53 on their game clock, leading by 13. Lachey Holt has more points than the rest of her teammates combined. Pass came in quickly to Daly, and she's got 11 on the short, about 5-foot shot. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 71-56. 3:41 left. Horsch. Long 2 off to the left. Meg Clark, the strong side, offensive rebound. Fresh shot clock to work with. Audra in the middle of the floor. She gets it poked away. Daly has it for the Oles. A steal. And the turnover for St. Kate's is their 12th. 3:20 left. And Shea just about picked the pocket of Bandel, but instead lost it into the bleachers. Daly to the bench. Zoe Hansen in. Dave Strami has coached a nice game. Sean the same, keeping this one close. Jennings to the bench. Lee enters. 3:16 left. 71-56. The lead for St. Olaf. Mari Lee. Now Horsch. Meg Clark against Bandel. They battle their way inside of the paint, and Meg talks Bandel into a foul. Bandel called for her second. What a day for Lachey Holt. 9 for 16, 28 points. Matches a career high in 7 three-pointers. 2 better than the all-time record at St. Kate's. Why not try another? Lachey, that one is short. Rebound Ash, and a jump ball. Wildcats have the possession arrow, but they're just running out of time. 34-19 advantage for St. Olaf since we went to the locker room tied at the half. Quick pass comes in. Audra 3 is long. Rebound Hansen underneath the basket. The Wildcats have been out-rebounded 34-23, and a quick foul against Horsch after Hansen came down to the rebound. Shauna's third foul. And Dell nearly threw it away, but Walter chased it down. But like I mentioned, right now the biggest enemy for St. Kate's is the game clock, which is now at 2:39. Holt against Bandel, and she fouled her. Lachey Holt called for her first, the fifth against St. Kate's. Check that, her second, the fifth against St. Kate's, means bonus situation. We'll send Bandel to the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. 3 points on the day for Bandel, a 62% free throw shooter. With 2:32 left in the fourth quarter. And Nell's first is good. Offense for defense substitution. Mari Lee for Jennings, who heads back to the bench. And the lead is 17 for St. Olaf. 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. Bandel with 5 points. Holt watches it roll all the way into the front court, picks it up. 2:30 left, down low. Clark outside Horsch. Back up top, Shea sets her feet and knocks down another three-pointer. Lachey Holt with her 8th three-pointer on 12 tries. She has 31 points, a new career high. 31 points and now a steal. Shea throws it into the front court. Audra chases it down, got it back for Shea, laid it up and in. So a 5-0 run by Lachey Holt has cut the lead to a dozen, and in the backcourt, Bandel is fouled by Horsch. Bandel will go to the line to shoot 2. That was an exciting exchange as Shea stole it, threw it way too far ahead of Audra Clark, but she managed to get it back to Holt for the easy lay-in. 73-61, and Bandel to the free throw line. Again, she shoots 62% on the season. Her first shot rattled in and out. On the day, Bandel now 3 of 5 from the stripe. Second shot for Bandel, yes. 6 points for Bandel, 74-61 your score inside of 2 minutes left. Shea, fancy dribbling to not travel on that rolling basketball. Outside Audra, down low, nice pass, baseline layup. Lee couldn't get it. Deflected the rebound to Meg Clark, who was fouled, so go to the line to shoot 2. Ash was there along with Daly, but they're going to call Hansen, who was in there as well. Her first, and the 5th foul against St. Olaf means bonus the rest of the way for St. Kate's. Meg Clark swish on her first free throw. 80% free throw shooter, started all 14 games this season, 46% from the floor on the season, but just 3 of 10 today. Second shot, no good. Gutierrez couldn't keep it alive. It's Wildcat ball, trailing just by a dozen with $1:44 to go. Holt gets it in quickly. Wildcats could use a 3. Meg Clark, 2 dribbles, cross court. Audra, 3, wide open. Yeah, knocked it down. 15 points for Audra Clark. The St. Olaf lead that was as big as 18 is reduced to 9. Gutierrez for Bandel. No rush to shoot, although she was wide open. Could have walked it right in for an easy layup. $1:19 left. Gutierrez into the corner. Walter guarded by Horsch. Wildcats need a stop. Walter lost it on the sideline, but it was last touched by Audra Clark. And they're going to call a foul against Audra as well. So free throws. Walter to the free throw line. Walter, 70% free throw shooter. 6 3-pointers on the day and 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Knocks down her first. 20 points now for Walter. Well, clutch free throws. Walter with 21 points. She goes 2 of 2. Just 1:14 left. Holt picks up the basketball. Makes a move. Audra goes into the corner. Nicely done. Meg Clark three. That's off of the back iron. Out of bounds. And St. Olaf ball leading by 11 with 61 seconds left. Jennings for lead. Defense for offense. Wildcats 13 of 26. They made 50% of their three-pointers. 8 of those have come from Shea. Gutierrez nearly lost it. Got it to Wolter into the front court. Daly, it's a 3-on-1. Oles missed a free bucket. Ash is standing right in the basket with nobody around her. You got to get the ball to McKenna Ash. She's been so good for them. Either way, a foul is called against Clark. It'll send Gutierrez to the free throw line. She shoots 76% on the season from the free throw line. Her first trip of the afternoon. She's 3 of 7 from the floor with 6 points. And rattled her first free throw in and out. Still life for the Wildcats. The path for victory is a tough one. They've played St. Olaf to a draw here in the fourth quarter. Both teams with 17 points. Second free throw for Gutierrez is good. 7 points for Gutierrez. 51 seconds left in the game and a 12-point lead for the Oles. Wolter with 22 points. Lachey Holt with 33 to go along with 3 boards. Shea for Horsch. Back for Shea now. Why not? She's been your best player. Three-pointer. That one misses. Rebound chased down by Hansen. She gets it to Gutierrez. Daly with it now. And she's fouled from behind by Mari Lee. 35 seconds left, and that last miss and St. Olaf rebound probably just about wraps this one up. Daly will go to the free throw line. Daly 2 of 2 on the day from the free throw line. She's got 11 points, 11 rebounds, 4 of 10 shooting on the afternoon. First free throw is no good. Second shot for Daly, nothing but the bottom of the net. 78-65, 34 seconds left. One more chance for a quick bucket and a foul. Clark, long three, well off. Horsch couldn't keep it alive. St. Olaf ball with 24 seconds left. Dave Strami wants a timeout. It's a full one. We'll take a timeout. On the floor, we'll do the same one last time. 78-65 your score. The Oles well positioned to win their 5th game in the conference this season.
Thank you. Hey, no switch. Stay
78-65 lead for St. Olaf. They've got the basketball. It'll come in for Daly. Horsch will defend. Looks like no foul just yet, and that foul is out of bounds, but last touch by the Wildcats. 13-point lead in a game that was really determined by a huge third quarter by St. Olaf. 20 seconds left, but the Wildcats force a turnover. Horsch lost it, and Bandel fouled her from behind. 15 seconds left. We're really just delaying the inevitable here. I'm all for playing it out to the final whistle, but 78-65 with 15 seconds left. That'd be a blow-up like none I've ever seen. So Horsch will shoot a couple, and her first goes long. Tough afternoon for Shauna. 1 of 5 on the day. This is her first trip to the free throw line where she shoots 58%. Second free throw is good off of the front iron. 3 points on the day for Shauna, and a timeout for St. Olaf. We'll take it 2. Well, for one last time today, we thank all the sponsors of Wildcat Athletics: Twin City Orthopedics, Elsmore Swim Shop, Universal Athletics, Northfield Mines, Push Pedal Pull, Midwest Vending, Best Western in Bloomington, Cone Elevators, Loeffler Business Solutions, McGo Construction, Dolan Printing, the Sodexo Group, U.S. Bank, Shapco Printing, Rachel Contracting, and the Opus Group. Quick foul against Kennedy will send Hansen to the free throw line. Fourth foul against Jennings. But this game really came down to the third quarter that saw St. Olaf outscore the Wildcats 22-11. Hansen's free throw is good. You see the lead right now, 13 points, 11-point win in the third quarter. That means they really have played each other very close the rest of the way. We were tied at halftime, and the Wildcats just haven't been able to overcome that third quarter. Hansen misses her second. There goes the clock. Dozen seconds left here in this one. Horsch, three. Knocked it down. That means the Wildcats will keep playing. Still just 6 seconds to go. The three-pointer, and before the ball came in, Sean Pinkerton took a timeout. Shauna with 6 points on the day, and these two coaches, I think, are having some fun with each other and their players. We've got a 10-point game, and Sean took a timeout with 6 seconds left on the clock after Shauna made it a 10-point game. Not sure the backstory here, but both teams have been feeling the need to take those timeouts. We'll keep it here. Looking at the final stats, well, not quite final stats in this ball game though. Lachey Holt, 33 points. The rest of her team just barely outscoring her. Audra with 12. Meg, 9 points on 3 of 12 shooting. Not her best day shooting, but still 9 points. Mari Lee, good day, 4 of 9, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Shauna Horsch, 6 points and 4 rebounds. On the other side, Wu Bandel with 8. Gutierrez has 7. Zoe Hansen, 3 of 4 shooting, 7 points. Wolter, 22 points on 6 of 10 for three-point range. Betsy Daly, 4 of 10. She's got a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds. And McKenna Ash, huge first half, not much in the second half, 14 points, 8 rebounds on 7 of 9 shooting. Right now, the biggest day statistically speaking has come from Lachey Holt, those 33 points on 11 of 20 shooting, 8 of 13 on her threes. Ball comes in, Daly, jump ball called, but it's the possession arrow favors St. Olaf, and with 4 seconds left and a 10-point advantage. Abe Strami wants a timeout. And the officials will get back together. I don't know what's going on, why either of these teams don't want to just wrap this thing up. I think these coaches are, maybe something was said on that exchange at the third quarter where they both want to micromanage this thing the rest of the way home. Now no timeout for St. Olaf. They lead it by 10 with 4 seconds to go. Looks like the Wildcats are going to play the ball and foul and send St. Olaf to the line one last time. Right-handed heave comes in, and no foul. We're going to hear a final buzzer, and St. Olaf is going to win this thing by 10. There you go. Final score, 79-69. Big days for Afton Wolter and Lachey Holt, but Wolter had more help. Betsy Daly, 12 and 11. McKenna Ash, 14 and 8. 79-69, your final score. The Wildcats have lost their last 5. Next time out, Wednesday night, they'll be on the road taking on Concordia, and next Saturday at 3 o'clock tip-off in the Midway neighborhood as they will play Hamlin. Our next broadcast on January 27th, a 7 o'clock tip-off on a Wednesday night at home against Carleton. The Oles are now 10-5 on the season, 5-3 in the MIAC. The Wildcats fall to 2-6 in the conference, and 500 overall, 7-7. Big day for Lachey Holt, but it comes in a losing effort. 79-69 your final score as the Oles win, and they are right in the thick of things for a playoff spot as we head towards February and then March Madness here in 2016. Our engineer today has been Glenn Thompson. We thank Sarah Eisenhower and Eric Stacy with the administration here with St. Kate's and Wildcat Athletics, as well as head coach Sean Pinkerton. Again, a big thanks as well to all the sponsors of Wildcat Athletics. Glenn has been our engineer. I'm Matt. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and if you listening in the Twin Cities, do stay warm. Go Wildcats!